Little ghetto boy.
Hey guys, it's Matt. I don't talk about chemtrails much, and one of the reasons I don't, but I will today because of something that happened to me today. But one of the reasons I don't is I always kind of figured, well, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, they're there. It's very easy to see. It's not normal. I mean, it's plain as day. I thought, I don't have much to add. I don't know what it is, so why should I talk about it? But then I was thinking about it, and I thought, maybe I have a lot to add. Maybe I have a tremendous amount to add. Because one of the things I should be pointing out, and this is my general philosophy on everything, is not to repeat and parrot back the script, even of the truth or community. That is not the right way to think about things. Always think around, if it seems to be around one corner, then it's not. I mean, we know that by now. We know it's not simple. In terms of, and what we need to do most likely is simple. The path we need to take most likely is the simplest approach. But if we, as reality junkies, if we're trying to figure out what they're up to, what these George Bush creatures are up to, in one pass, so what? There was a moment of silence at the football game for his service. Really? Sorry, didn't observe that moment of silence here at home. Anyway, so if it's reality junkies, if we're trying to figure out what they're up to, then it is very complicated. It's quote end quote off-world.
Very point. Now, if you would take a new piece of cloth to sew up the hole that you have in your robe, the first time you washed it, that new cloth that you put in would shrink and, of course, pull out the old, because the old robe is just, already had the shrinkage out of it. The new cloth shrinking would just rip the thing all the more. So you don't use new cloth to patch an old garment. You just make the tear worse. Neither do you put new wine in the old skins, because the old skins will just burst and the wine will spill out. What is Jesus saying? He's saying that the religious systems get so set that to revive or to restore them is next to impossible.
Up taketh away the old, and the rent's made worse. Now that's one illustration. Here's another similar. No man putteth new wine into old bottles, that is, old wineskins, else the new wine, it would burst the old wineskins, and the wine is spilled, and the bottles will be marred, but new wine must be put into new bottles. Now, the thing that he's saying, friends, is simply this. He said, now, I have not come to polish up the law. I have not come to add to the Mosaic system. I have not come to add a refinement or a development to it. He says, I have come to do something new. I didn't come to patch up the old garment. I've come to give you a new garment. Now, under the law, men worked, and their works were like an old moth-eaten garment. But our Lord came to provide a new robe of righteousness that comes down on a sinner that will trust Christ, that will enable him to stand before Almighty God. That is the glorious, wonderful thing, friends, that he's saying here. Our Lord didn't come to extend or project the law or the Old Testament system or religion. He came to introduce something new.
We are happy at CERN with the Bond 1 and Mandela. First thing we should observe is this video was published on November 3rd, 2014. So long before a lot of people started having these quantum shifts or noticing them a few months back. Of course, I recall them as far back as 2008. But I want to break this scene right here down for you. It is, I'm not saying it's simple, but it's clear as day.
Well, Mandela's dead. We've all seen this video. Everyone's trying to correct it. There is so much symbolism in this video, but overall, the main thing they're pointing to is that if you're trying to give you proof that they have caused the Mandela effect, I want to break this down and show you some things that I've been analyzing there. Of course, you see Shiva right there. Shiva destroyer, created worlds. Yet this guy is alive in another part of the At 2:33, we got this guy. He's been a big topic of debate. What's the Bond 1? What's the Mandela sign mean? He's got the puzzle piece on the wall. What I really want to know is someone to break down that equation on his shirt. But this one I think is pretty simple. The Bond 1, you've got Barry Nilsson, 1954, Casino Royale, the first James Bond. You take his last name, Nelson, and you take Nelson Mandela, his last name, put those together, you got Nelson Mandela. So that one is not too tough. But there is so much that's been coming to me. I've been pondering these quantum effects and shifts for the last few months, and I just been meditating on them. And in the nighttime, I've been having a lot of answers come to me. So I want to share some of those with you. I won't get to all of them in this video, but I want to just show you some of the main ones.
I want to show you 4664 seen in this clip. You know, what does that mean? I did a search. It's 4664 is Mandela International Day. Why is that? Because 4664 was Mandela's prison number. The symbolism doesn't get any more blatant in this video. They are clearly trying to show you that they have caused the quantum shifts, the Mandela effect.
This person writes the Mandela concert that was 4664, and it's been changed to 4664. Let's see here.
Hi, everybody. Well, I was on Twitter just browsing, and I came across this person's Twitter feed. And I thought, well, I'll look around and see what he's got here. Oh my goodness. I want to show you some choice ones that I picked out. But it looks like that I was on the right track the first time around. The do weapons was what was used. Not volcanic eruptions as Dutch Sense thought. His was most logical because we don't want to believe that humans would do this to humans. But I'm going to show you some of his posts here. There we go. I'm not going to play all of this for you. Just
here's what you'll see during a directed energy attack. 3 separate recordings of directed energy weapon lasers using California fires.
Oh, fuck! Yeah, there's hella fucking cars over there, dude.
Did you see that? The blue strike, the laser strike. I can't get it back. There it is. It's faster than I can be. All right, but I got some stills here for you too. That where'd I put? Oh, that he put up. Hold on. Let's get this show.
Here's what you'll see.
All right, that's the one we just watched. All right. This one is showing how the cars melted. But look behind the cars. What do you see? I just wanted to show you how the cars melted. I'll let you decide what you see. Again, houses are on fire on both sides of the streets. But what do you see here? But the houses have burnt to the ground, all the way down to the earth. No skeletal remains of the houses. But isn't this interesting? All right, let's continue.
And I turned in time to see what looked like a skyscraper implosion. Looked like it had been done by a demolition crew. The whole thing just collapsing down on itself.
For the third time today, it's reminiscent of those pictures we've all seen too much on television before, when a building was deliberately destroyed by well-placed dynamite to knock it down.
It was almost as if it were a planned implosion.
And I turned in time to see what looked like a skyscraper implosion. Looked like it had been done by a demolition crew. The whole thing just collapsing down on itself.
For the third time today, it's reminiscent of those pictures we've all seen too much on television before, when a building was deliberately destroyed by well-placed dynamite to knock it down.
It was almost as if it were a planned implosion.
Time now for the ridiculous. You've heard of Where in the World is Matt Lauer? Well, tonight we're asking, what in the world is up with Al Roker? And I asked this question with the utmost admiration and affection for Al Roker.
It's like this. You gotta make it real awkward.
That's exactly how
you have to have a certain amount of distance between the bodies
exactly.
in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
35 years ago today, Elvis Presley.
I couldn't pay attention because Al Roker just kind of froze like that. He stood completely still with that look on his face for 17 seconds. 17 seconds, that's like a day and a half in live TV time.
We're surprised, but in the moment, in the magnitude of what this is, to close out, to be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals, to say, no, we're going to play one more game, that was impressive. 108.
What's that? That could only be the musical stylings of Victor Oladipo, who is the reigning two-time champion of the All-Star Weekend player talent show.
You are talented. I give you a little credit on that. A lot of credit. You're very talented. I mean, you're not a karaoke guy like me, but you can ask. You know they call me Old Brown Eyes, right?
As a matter of fact,
I want to show the public that last year wasn't a fluke for us. You know, we're here, we're for real, we're for real team.
Speaking of showing us, 2 Chainz, you got a shot, 2 Chainz? You got a shot, let me see that shot, dog. Speaking of showing us, 2 Chainz, you got a shot. Speaking of showing us, 2 Chainz, you got speaking of showing us, 2 Chainz, you got a shot, 2 Chainz? You got a shot, let me see that shot, dog.
as a matter of fact, you both have experience singing New York, New York. His was at the Slam Dunk Contest. Yours was in Vegas.
Yes.
We had the show out there. Here's just a little sampling.
See, I love to do karaoke. That's good, isn't it?
You see those two mics back there?
You made up your own words.
You see those?
Wait, that was the words
hey.
in old New York.
But it's been a heck of a ride, to be honest. I really can't complain. Yeah, I was kind of I was a little down when I found out I was injured and I had to have surgery again, or you know, with another knee. But at the end of the day, I have amazing teammates. Guys like Draymond, everybody on this team, they come over there, they wrap their hands around me.
I'm sorry.
Wipe the drill.
I was in a trance.
Yeah, wipe the drill there.
Bad news for the Obama administration. We have this new CNN ORC poll, which is quite a turnaround in
Well, a very, very heavy debatation tonight. We had a very Darrison, but let's go to Terrace Chase and look for the bit, the head of the pit. We had a very Darrison, but let's go to Terrace Chase and look for the bit. A
little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. You gonna be good. It's a good feeling.
A little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. It's good.
Single man, woman, and child in the state of South Carolina awakens to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. I would remind people that every single morning we all awaken to a safer, freer world because of George Bush. And Nicole, I would remind you and the people of Florence that all of us awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George Bush.
It was a wonderful, meaningful endorsement in every way, and I was very proud of it.
Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try the cold chai pie. In every way, and I was very proud of it.
Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
I've had it.
You've had a rough year. You've had a year that would test a lot of people. Illness in the family. A breakup. This spasm of publicity about what happened from Mexico to London.
It was pretty rough, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Ah, weird. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello. Ew, strawberry. Yeah, it was a weird time. Ew, I'm embarrassed. Can we stop?
Privacy thing, and I thought that was a fascinating
It's
answer.
okay. You want to take off the hoodie?
No, I never take off the hoodie.
I know you don't. What's with that? There's a group of women in the audience that wish you would. And...
no.
Girls?
Whoa.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah, that's okay.
Can you explain what this instant personalization thing was that you did, and why you did it, and what's the value of it to your users?
Maybe I should take off the hoodie.
Take off the hoodie.
Go ahead.
You
What
want
the
to?
hell?
You want? Go ahead. Here. You get someone. You all right?
Yeah.
This is a great moment in internet history. Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret cult. Look at that, making the world open and connected, stream graph platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh, 2010.
No, it's 2010.
Oh no. This weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh my God, it's like a secret cult. This weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati.
Between 69 and 72, we've had 6 moon landings. 12 human beings have been on the moon. Okay, I mean, it's just demonstrably provable. We've been there. We have pictures. We have, evidence.
Just waiting a second. There he is.
Hey, Steph. How you doing?
How you doing?
Doing good, man.
Thank you so much for taking the time to have this conversation with me. I want to introduce you to all the followers and people that are watching. This is Scott Kelly, a highly esteemed NASA astronaut.
In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Despite the advanced technologies of multi-layered, computer-generated images, NASA is still unable to remove bubbles in space. Bubbles in space. This summer, get ready for the revelation so unbelievable that only the most observant, perceptive, unbiased will figure it out. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles in space. Bubbles in Space starts today at theaters everywhere.
So many times during spacewalks outside the International Space Station, we can see air bubbles rising up. Can you touch on how there are air bubbles in space?
Can you be more specific? Air bubbles?
So yeah, like a lot of times during the footage, the NASA footage, you can see bubbles coming up out of the helmets or kind of from underneath you. How do you explain bubbles in space?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. You might, now sometimes you get water in the helmet, and it comes, it's either you know, from sweat.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
So a couple of days ago, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I came across a particular post, a news story about censorship. Now, of course, that doesn't shock me. Censorship is everywhere, something I'm dealing with myself. But this was censorship about something called orgonite. And again, it doesn't really shock me, but I was fairly shocked once I began reading the details of what exactly happened in this instance of orgonite censorship. Now, I'm going to get... So this life force energy Wilhelm Reich began studying immensely, and he actually created material such as orgone that would help to accumulate and enhance this life force energy. He would create orgonite accumulators, they were called, basically boxes that a human being could stay in for a length of time, and it would help to literally heal them. of various diseases. And he also, I mean, he just did a lot of work into this life force energy and how to work with it, how to use it to enhance not only somebody's body, but their mind, their whole energetic structure of being. So this, like I said, was an Instagram post about a woman. Apparently her name was Janelle, and she had an Etsy shop. She was selling, you know, knickknacks, things on Etsy, accessories and whatnot. And her Etsy shop was called The Organized Earth, and she was selling orgone on it for people to buy for whatever reason. You know, like I said, it helps with energetic protection, life force energy enhancement, etc., etc. So the reason that Etsy deleted her account, they said that these items were removed. I'll put up a screenshot of what I'm talking about here. These items were removed in accordance with a notice that we received from the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, as well as Etsy's prohibited items policy. Etsy prohibits items that present an unreasonable risk of harm or that violate their basically terms of service. And they said that the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission stated that orgone contained nuclear or radioactive material, as well as items presented with qualities associated with radioactive material. Although Etsy cannot independently determine the radioactive nature of all the minerals, stones, and other materials, blah, 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 since we received this notification from a government agency, we're taking it down. So literally, whatever government agency that was said, hey, you can't have your orgone on the store because it's radioactive. It's not radioactive at all. Total different form of energy. Trust me, if this stuff was radioactive, I would have like 3 eyes. Well, I have 3 eyes. Pineal gland. 4 eyes. I'd have cancer by now, and a lot of other people would too. So the reason this stuff is being censored is because it works. Not only are they trying to take physical goods off the market, orgonite, things that help people's physical bodies, but the base of the matter here is that they're trying to censor science, true science, not the fake science that they try to give us, but what they're trying to censor is the secrets, the knowledge, the esoteric knowledge they don't want coming to the masses.
See how it really looks?
Sorry, David, seriously. This isn't a trick. You're just sticking a needle through your f***ing arm. What are you doing?
See how it looks?
That's horrible.
Pull it.
Oh, me! I don't understand.
Pull. Pull.
Oh, David, what have you done? Are you a maniac? This is real. Sorry, this is real. That's real. That's not a trick.
There's no blood. It's the one thing that doesn't make any sense.
Hi, this is Ed, and welcome to The Outer Dark. Yesterday, as many of you guys know who have subscribed to this channel, I found what can only be described as reptilian symbolism right at the heart of the Vatican, in the Pope's audience hall. So, I thought I needed to dig a little deeper as to what this actually means and how to decipher the actual symbolism. So stay tuned as The Outer Dark brings you 5 symbolisms of the reptilian Vatican hall. Number 5. First, some context. Yesterday I found a giant serpentine monument in the Pope's audience hall, namely in Pope IV's audience hall, or so it's named. The audience hall itself is made of reinforced concrete by an architect that was known for building bunker-like public structures, indeed monuments, out of concrete. It was built in 1977, so it's really old. In fact, it's been around there for a long time. But my first lead that something was strange was this window, and I said, that looks like an eye. It looks like a serpent's eye. So I dug a little deeper, and when I saw the audience hall from the back, where the back audience was seated, it really did take my breath away, since what was revealed was this right here. That is a giant, massive reptilian face shaped into the direct architecture. Everything from the slits in the eyes to the scales to the fangs, there was no mistake about it. But what's behind this hinted symbolism, and what can we see or glean if we dig deeper? Well, number 4, look at where the Pope is seated. We see him here from the back of the hall, that he's in fact seated in the mouth of the serpent or reptilian. In the very mouth. This is symbolic of the Pope being the voice of the serpent, in fact speaking the serpent's words to the audience. This might well shake your faith. That is, if you're a Catholic, which I was. I actually went to Catholic school myself and was an altar boy. But here you can see it in plain view. Clear symbolism, clear evidence that something here is extremely wrong. This image hasn't been photoshopped. This is real. This is built right into the architecture that was designed by those within the Pope's inner sanctum. But there is more symbolism. For this, though, we have to go outside. Number 3. Do you see anything strange here? You're looking at the hall itself. Do you see anything weird? Well, if you look carefully, it looks like the head of a giant snake. Can you see it now? In fact, it's almost unmistakable. You can see the snake's muzzle at the front, and you can see its eye. It just looks like a snake. To me, this is yet more connective symbolism that what's going on inside matches the outside, since here we can see serpentine architecture with ease. Number 2, let's head back inside and look at what the Pope himself sees. If the Pope is seated where he is, what does he see? Well, he sees a giant serpent with eyes once again. The audience is symbolic of almost the serpent's meal, and the Pope is not preaching to the audience under this symbolism, but the giant god-like reptilian creature himself. Why? Because this is what the Pope sees. Can you imagine that when they were designing this, that they designed this all by mistake? That this is some kind of high anomaly? No, because they spent literally years on the designs. They definitely would have known what the Pope would have seen from where he was actually speaking. Also what the audience was seeing. So this is very strange, and it raises some serious questions. What is going on in the hall? Number 1. But the biggest clue, the biggest symbolism that tells us something is really wrong here is in fact what is missing from the hall, not what is inside it. Do you know what that is? Here is a clue. Now, think of the heart of Christianity and think of what symbol it has, and think of what you do not see in this hall. You do not see any of it. That's right. There is no Christian cross. There is no cross in the entire building, at least no large statue, wall hanging, or anything. There's no other real Christian symbolism either. There's no Virgin Mary, there's no Joseph the carpenter. There is indeed nothing anywhere. All of these symbols are missing.
I have it right here in front of me. Like, they sent me a bill. They sent, well, not me, they sent the legal person, Christopher Fleming, a bill. So I got the bill, and then I wrote all this out on top of it. Because it's my understanding that we can just pay for all this stuff with our signature, because there is no money, and I'm sure you know about all that, like HJR 192 and Public Law 7310, where you can't pay a debt with a debt, and basically the U.S. obligations are to set off or discharge any debt that comes to the straw man. So I have proof of a bill here for the all capital letter Christopher Fleming. So now I'm trying to set it off. but I'm just trying to figure out which is the proper way to do it. Do I send it to you guys? Do I send it to the court? Is everything, just from what I've told you, does all the information that I need on here? Because it's my understanding that to be able to create a negotiable instrument, all it has to have is a date for set-off, an amount that's due, and then an acceptance. So basically, like, if I tell them I'm accepting this presentment, right? Am I doing it all right?
It looks like there might be some errors there. Now, what court is it that you're trying to send it to?
It's for Municipal Services Bureau. See, that's what I don't understand. It's for a court that's in Southern California, but then they want me to send this remittance to some Municipal Services Bureau in Austin, Texas. So, but it's for Moreno Valley Court. It was just for like a speeding ticket or driving without a license. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, so you're trying to pay a traffic violation.
Well, I'm trying to set it off, not pay, because if I was going to pay, I'd have to send in the Federal Reserve notes or give them a credit card number or something, you know? So I'm trying to set it off. Do you know about how I do that? Do I need to send in the coupon with it? Do I send that directly to the creditor? Do I send that to the IRS? How does this... Can you tell me more about this process, please?
I'm looking into it now. See, now, unemployment is taxable. Does Christopher Fleming know that?
I have no problem. If you guys will send me a statement to close out the account for everything I owe you guys, for everything the legal person, Christopher Fleming, owes you guys, then I will set off the amount. I will extend you guys the credit that you're requesting. If you send me a remittance, or if you send me a statement, then I will send you guys the remittance, and I'll become the due holder in course. Since what I don't understand is I become the due holder in course on this, and they just ignore it. So do I have to, like, how do I enforce these things? Is what I'm trying to figure out, because they're just ignoring it, and I feel like they're just keeping all my remittances, and it's totally unlawful. Like, they have to. The law says that they can't refuse payment, and they're just refusing payment every time. So, or they tell me they only accept cash or credit cards, and it's just like no, it doesn't work that way. So I'm sitting here arguing with them back and forth, and it's not getting anywhere. So it's just like that's why I'm trying to call you guys and figure out what I'm doing wrong, because something's not working. Something's not right.
Okay, that's understandable. Alright, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is send you your W-2, Christopher Fleming's W-2 information for the year 2009 and 2010. Employment is taxable, so to kind of help you offset the issue that you're having with everyone else, I'm going to go ahead and issue those out. That way you can put them on a 1040 form. That way that you can show that you are fully compliant with the IRS.
Oh, so like right now you guys are like saying like I'm not even working with you, so why are you guys going to help me set off my debts and I won't even pay yours?
Exactly. See, so in the account for you to go ahead and get those into us, I'll give you till February the 29th to go ahead and put those in the mail, and let me give you the address that needs to go to.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Top line is Internal Revenue Service.
Internal Revenue Service?
Yes. The second line is A like Alpha.
Hold on one sec, my pen just drained out. Let me see if I can type it up. Hold on one second. Okay, internal service. Okay, and then the second line is A like Alpha?
Yes.
Okay.
B like Billy.
B like Billy?
C like Charlie.
Oh, C like Charlie.
S like Soldier.
S like Soldier.
S like Soldier again.
S.
Alright, next word is stop, like the stop sign.
Stop. Okay.
Stop number is 101.
101.
Third line is the P.O. Box.
Okay.
And that's 24017.
Okay.
Bottom line is Fresno, California.
Fresno, California. 93779?
That's correct.
Okay.
And that's where you'll send those 2009 and 2010 tax forms into businesses that you're trying to.
Okay. There is a debt here that's owed, and you said if we sent you a statement, you'd be able to go ahead and
Extend the credit.
process that, correct?
Okay, and then in return, you told me that you guys would settle my remittances that I send to you further for the future, correct?
Okay. All of the municipal offices, you don't send those to us, you send those directly to them, and then if they need to process it further from us, then they will do it on there, and that will be on them to do. It will be no longer your issue once you send it to them.
Okay, so then what happens when they ignore my remittance? When I send them, because they look at me and they go, you can't pay your bills with your signature, are you crazy? So it's like, what do I say to them? Do I say, hey, listen, you need to contact the IRS, or you need to contact CID, or what do I say? Like, send that to, am I putting the right wordage on here? Because on the back I put, for deposit to U.S. Treasury, for credit to Municipal Services Bureau, and then I put for the account number, and then I signed it, authorized representative, and then I put my employee number, the social security number without dashes. So is that basically like everything I need on there, correct? And that's on the back, and the front has paid in money order, and then in the amount of, and then I can leave that blank. Is that right as well? It doesn't have to have an amount. The IRS will be able to, or the CID is the one who figures all that out, right? What the actual amount is. So I'm okay just to leave it blank. Is that right?
That's not your concern outside of them. You'll want to know how they're wanting to process it. Their system might be different from ours. So check with them to see how they're wanting to have that filled out. And I can tell you how ours need to be filled out.
Okay, could you do that? So when I send in, so you're going to send me a bill from, or you're going to send me a statement, right? To close out the account that Christopher Fleming owes you guys. So I can discharge that, and how would I go about doing that? Are you guys going to send me a coupon? Like how, because like normally they'll send a bill and then there's like a little coupon you can detach at the bottom, and that's how I can make the money order, correct?
Right, yes, that's what we're looking into doing now, but one thing at a time so that you don't get confused and be back here again.
Okay.
Now, the amount is what we need to go ahead and look into putting in here. And the amount that we're showing on as of today is for the year 2006. Were you aware that Christopher Fleming had an outstanding debt for that year?
I am not aware. I was not aware. I have received notices from you guys. It's just that I've been in and out of jail all for the last, 3 years. So.
Alright, that's understandable. The amounts that we're showing is for the year 2006, and it's $2,169.34.
Oh, that's not bad.
Alright, so is there any way that on behalf of Christopher Fleming you'd be able to pay that amount today?
Pay? I can't pay, but I can set it off if you send me a settlement.
And send in the remittance however you want to.
Yeah.
Just the phrase. Okay, you'd be able to do that today.
Today? What do you mean today?
Within the 24-hour time frame that we're presently in.
Unless you would have me a copy of the paperwork in front of me that I could sign off and create a money order. Does it need to have a stamp on it and stuff too? Do I need to put stamps on it? Because some people are saying that the IRS won't take it unless it has a stamp or something. Is that true?
Right, a mailing stamp. So the Postal Service can mail it if that's how you're wanting to do.
But I don't actually have to put a $1 stamp on the remittance itself.
Why would you have to do that?
I don't know. There's just a lot of disinformation floating around. That's why I wanted to give you guys a call and figure out what exactly is true and what's not.
No, you don't have to put any stamps on any money orders. That's probably what's causing your processing issues.
Okay, so why would I need to have all that set in today?
I'm asking if you can.
I don't think that's gonna be possible. But if you give me another month, like how you gave me on the other one, and if you give me till February 29th, then I'm sure that if as long as I can receive it within here, and then I can write out all the essential elements. And basically, you've gone over with me, and you told me that all the elements that I have here is correct. Where I basically create a money order out of the coupon, and then leave the amount blank.
Yeah, I didn't say any of that. We haven't even discussed that yet.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's just go step by step. So how do you want?
Step by step would be best for you. What I'll do is, just in case you're having issues with the other that are trying to get your remittances, I'll go ahead and allow until April the 1st to go ahead and send in our remittance. The amount in the event that you had to wait all the way till April the 1st will be $2,179.74. You will get a letter from us showing that amount so that you can go ahead and process it according to what I'm going to tell you now. And as long as that comes through, you shouldn't have any further issues from us. No wage levies or bank levies, anything of that nature. What you need to put on the money order, it needs to be paid to the order of United States Treasury.
Okay.
Written out completely. That way we don't have any issues or fraudulent errors, anything of that nature.
Okay.
It needs to have Christopher Fleming's name and his address.
And his address?
And his address.
Okay.
It needs to have a daytime telephone number to contact him at in the event that we need to for whatever reason. Don't want to have any issues or delays.
Okay.
It needs to have his social security number or employee ID number, or however you want to reference that. The number that you gave me is the number that we're looking for, so nobody else can get credit for Christopher Fleming's remittance.
Okay, and would I put that with dashes or without?
You can put with dashes, that's preferable.
Okay.
Alright, we need the tax year that we're looking at, which is 2006, and the tax form, which is 1040, as long as that's on the front, not on the back. The back is reserved for us in this particular case. Put that on the front, as long as it's legible with the amount. That way we know what you're referencing. There shouldn't be a problem from there.
So I create the remittance, and then I put the 1040. Is it a 1040V? Is it a 1040ES form? Which 1040 is it?
You have to put is 1040.
The whole entire form, or just that part with the coupon?
You can't put the whole entire form. You're just putting the numbers 1040. You don't have enough space for the entire form on the money order.
Oh, so I'm just putting 1040 directly on the money order.
It's the numbers 1040.
Oh, okay, I see.